Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a new moon in Pisces reading for you. On the 18th of March, the new moon is in effect. And in Pisces, this is particularly going to affect the area in which you have your broader communal associations and ties, your humanitarian urges, the way in which you join with others to make the world a better place. I've used two oracle decks here to get started, and I'm going to start with the energy archaeology. The card is the identity card, and the frontal lobe is the bone. The frontal bone is the bone that is the focus of this particular energy pathway. And the frontal is the part of your brain that protects your forehead, forms your eyes and your nose. So when in balance, the keywords are spectrum, desire, and malleability. Malleability being your ability to be influenced. And the wisdom reads, your ego is your personality, the shape you take, the way you show up in the world. It is how you identify, how you wish to identify, and what you wish to identify with, the descriptor of human you. Your ego is the landscape within which you live your life, but landscapes are ever changing, and nature does not attach meaning to itself. The dunes are consistently reshaped by the wind, but the desert does not fail to be a desert. In the same way, you're constantly shifting, and yet you will always be you. The thought patterns, emotions, and identifiers you have lived by and with have shaped the landscape of your life and your perception of yourself. But just like the dunes, they're not meant to stay the same. They're meant to shift and grow as you do, physically, emotionally, and energetically. Your ego will always seek stability, something to define yourself by. This seeking can help you step up to higher and finer platforms to become who you came here to be. You will refine your abilities, perspective, and way of being to ensure stability. And that's the catch. As you do that, you will inevitably shift. Interesting. So this idea of a spectrum, stability, change, is a theme that has been active for you. And this is coupled with cut ties from the Talisman Tarot. And this is interesting because the reshaping of the landscape implies that some things will wear away, some things will recede in their importance in your life. And I do believe that this is something that may be challenging for you. It's challenging for most of us, as particularly there's a lot of focus on the development of our emotional intelligence and ways in which we can allow things to recede in the background that does not seem as dramatic as cutting ties, but they are aspects of that very separation which you're now understanding may be necessary given the conditions of your life, the things that you now desire, the person that you now are, that no longer requires all the things you did in the past. And I do think the cut ties, the cutting ties, is something that is allowing you to be more yourself, to be more accepting of the experience you've gained and the lack of necessity, the lack of need for all the things that once felt that they contributed to your comfort, your stability, your security. So it is important that you recognize your needs are not the same. In the sun and moon, I have the 10 of cups, and for the moon, I have the 7 of jades. This is describing, I believe, changes ways that you're evaluating your family system or structure or the community of loved ones. that circle you, that give your life meaning, joy, that bring love to your life, give you opportunities for support, for belonging, for understanding your value and the value of those that comprise your family. The Seven of Jades is this looking at the necessary changes that are a part of any system that is natural, that grows and outgrows certain aspects of desires, needs, and resources. So it feels as though you are trying to fit your resources now to the family as it has grown and developed. This can be determining aspects of legacy, inheritance, things that you would like to give to or gift individual members with, or ways that you would like to uh, contribute some kind of ongoing support to family members that are growing and will have needs in the future that you would like to support. This is really beautiful energy. There's a strong sense that you have that your family has been your world in many ways, whether they have been a conscious part of your world, whether they have been a challenging part of your world, is all contained in there. Undoubtedly, they are both. But this is you really understanding how the changes and the growth that you've experienced as part of this family system is something that is now a resource that you can give back. And in the present, we have the Empress and the Lord of Swords. This is undoubtedly two aspects of yourself, as any relationship can be. It almost feels, from my perspective, that the Empress is your natural Venusian energy. This beautiful, empowered ability to be creative, to be productive, to create comfort, beauty wherever you are, to nurture and take care of others, which really conforms with this image of the bounty of a family system that you are a part of, that you've built. The Lord of Swords is the part of you that is evaluating what it is that you are able to contribute at this point to your family. It feels as though you may be recognizing that for some of you, it means new skills must be developed, new knowledge has to be gained. Perhaps this can be as straightforward as simply consulting with a lawyer, a financial advisor, or with a counselor, with a therapist, a variety of healthcare professionals that can help you to attend to some discomfort that exists in the family, some unhealthy systems that you recognize. This can quite likely be encompassing all of that, but however you're looking at your resources and what you would like to contribute, you're getting help for that. You're asking for help for that. And again, that is not always easy to do. For most of the Tauruses I'm speaking to, you are embedded in a broad and vital community, and you are you feel proven as a caretaker, as a nurturer, as a center of a family or an organization. You feel that you literally empower that organization. So asking for help for you to move through a new stage of your own growth and your family's development is something that is available to you, but you have to ask for it. In the past, the Five of Jades. Wow. So this family system, you have had many financial challenges. You have really tried to conform to a fairly traditional mode of caretaking, and that's gone differently for different ones of you. Some of you struggle to fulfill the traditional role of mother, partner, parent, whatever the roles that were called for, required a lot of work. And I see so much effort being poured into doing the right thing by your family, making sure everyone was cared for, providing. In some ways, I'm feeling as though you were by default or by design the main caretaker, the main provider. And this has been burdensome. And in many ways, it feels as though it's kept you to a particular lane that was challenging, that was a lot of work, very stressful. And this is something that has shaped your desire to contribute back to the family as you have gained some resources, some access that you now feel able to share. In the future, the Seven of Cups and the High Priestess is describing a way that you now lean on your intuition. I feel that many of you are very much traditionalists because of your strong desire for productivity, for material comfort, to be productive. You're always working. There's always something to do. There's a tireless effort that you make. However, at this point in your life, you are understanding not only can you delegate work that you once did, you can get assistance or help with some of the traditional work you always did in the past, but you also are learning to rely more on your intuition, less on the traditional roles and responsibilities that you feel were your obligation to fulfill. In part, this is around all the options that are now available to you now. It feels as though many of you have now grown children or children that are growing. You may have grandchildren. You may be in a position where you don't have to do the traditional work in the same way anymore. And you may be looking at all the options that are either available to you or soon to become available. And this is really giving you a lot of opportunity to think, to learn, to plan, to grow. This is some of the support that you're getting in this present moment. How can I manage with what I have so that I have the opportunity to pursue some of the things I've always wanted to? And I don't have to pursue them for the same reasons I did in the past. In other words, this isn't about survival or how much money I can earn. It doesn't mean that earning money is off the table by any means. It means that you can pursue something because it's something you enjoy. This is a total shift of terms for you. So this is really quite lovely. If this reading is resonating for you, Taurus, please like and share this video if you're inspired to do so. And thank you for being here, for subscribing to my channel, for commenting, for giving me feedback, for the beautiful donations that I receive from all of you. Wow. Okay. The Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Hierophant, and the Empress and King of Swords, I believe, is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. The High Priestess and the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords. So, in the past, one of the things that you were able to embody as the provider, as the caretaker, as somebody who worked incredibly hard to survive, to give your family the things that you felt they were deserving of, to make ends meet. Whatever your storyline is, you actually recognize that you were initiating them into a lifestyle, a way of living. It would be surprising to me if those of you that have adult children have not produced children who followed in your footsteps in some ways. For others of you, you came to value perhaps the education that you wanted and you provided instead for your children, recognizing that that was the key to their advancement in the world in a way that you couldn't or didn't afford yourself of. So it feels like education was something very important. Some of you were literally teachers of one sort or another. And certainly as leaders within your family, this looks very, again, we're adhering pretty closely to traditional norms. There is a way that you are invested in traditional forms of education, of home, of perhaps property. These are the things that are tried and true and safe for you, and that you see as keys to living a comfortable and good life for yourself and for loved ones. In the present, the Lord of Swords and the Empress are clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. This is showing me that in part there's a natural turning of the wheel in several layers of this reading. Your own changing identity, your changing needs, your ability to recognize that you now have skills that you didn't have, or you can gain the skills needed to plan for the future. So your focus continues to be on productivity, which is an exemplification of your personal creative power, your ability to work at beautifying something, at creating something beautiful, including your home. There is an opportunity here that you hadn't foreseen. There's an opportunity to see options where you never saw them before. The world has changed significantly as you have. And so there are new ways of creating a family home that hadn't occurred to you in the past. There are new ways that have been devised for you to create something that can be shared. New opportunities for you to work in a field that exemplifies a passion of yours, a creative gift you have that didn't exist when you were doing the work of providing for your family. And that does not feel like the pressing concern right now. But there are opportunities naturally that you're now able to avail yourself of that will ironically lead you to the kind of money or visibility or experience of pursuing your passion that you were not able to take advantage of in your earlier family life. And the Seven of Cups and High Priestess clarified by the Nine of Swords. This is all about a serious ending and takes us right back to the beginning, where we look at cutting ties. Some of this can be as straightforward as the loss of valuable friends, loved ones, members of your community that have passed in a way that is natural and ordinary. As we grow, as we mature, things happen along the way and ties are cut. Those absences become felt. And there may be some sense of peace that you are endeavoring to gain from those separations that you've endured. You may be reimagining or reliving some of the experiences of your early family life, perhaps regretting or experiencing a new level of betrayal or hurt or rejection from those that are no longer there in a way that you would like to make peace with those energies. But there is some anxiety and worry, perhaps as you approach that part of your life where you're contemplating the loss of loved ones as a preparation for your own last or final chapters in the world, where you're looking at the ways in which you would like to be remembered or you would like to be cared for. This is a concern, and this is emphasizing all those losses that you've already experienced and those ties that, even though cut, we never lose our loved ones. And I do believe that this is part of the experience of cut ties, cutting ties. Someone passes away, someone leaves our environment, we lose a relationship, but that relationship is never lost. Our experience, our memory holds that individual in a way that allows us to live through them, live through our experiences we had with them. It feels as though you've learned a lot from many of those passings, that they're showing you things about who you are and what you would like to experience. And I'm going to finish this reading with a crystal oracle, Taurus, and hope this has been insightful for you. And the malachite is calling to me, and the key word is healing. I am a healing machine manifesting miracles. There's no doubt in my mind, Taurus, that you are a gift to your family. You are healing your family in more ways than you can possibly imagine. And that personal growth that you are exhibiting in your life is the chief way that you model healthy behaviors for those in your loving circle, your community circle. So thank you so much, Taurus, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.